we're going to be using FetchFox to scrape leads from a dynamic website. And I'll show you what dynamic means in just a minute. So the website we're scraping is this Glee Birmingham event page. And we're going to click buyer and visitor list right over here. So one thing you'll notice about this website is if you scroll down to the bottom of the contacts, you can actually load more down here, which is what I mean by dynamic. That not all the stuff we want to scrape is visible right away. So you click load more a whole bunch of times, it just loads more and more and more stuff. The other thing that's kind of unusual or tricky about this site, let's click on one of these Adrian over here. It loads the content after you click. So the scraper needs to know kind of when to look for data. Because if it looks for data when the page is still loading, it won't find anything. And what we're gonna want to scrape over here is actually let's go back to a different one. That was not a very good example. Let's go back to the very let's delete these stuff over here. Go back to the very top. Loading. Let's go to this result over here. And we're gonna want to scrape all these details down here. So with that in mind, I'm gonna actually open FetchFox in a side panel. So I right click on the icon and I click open side panel. And I'm gonna start writing my prompt here. So the prompt starts on the first page that we're scraping, which is the buyer visitor list. And we're gonna be scraping all these links over here. And one thing you'll notice is when you mouse over a link, it shows the URL at the very bottom. And one pattern in these URLs is that they all have /app/profile in them. So let's put that detail in the prompt. The more details you add to the prompt, the better for FetchFox. It's an AI-based tool. So first, find links to profiles of event attendees. Make sure the links have /app/profile in them. Otherwise, ignore. Then extract the following. And because it's a side panel, I can navigate while I have the extension open over here. So side panel is pretty useful for setting up these prompts. So then extract the following. All right. Details, job function, seniority level, website, company activity, reason for attending, product sector interested, and products interested. And this is important here, make sure to go back to the page that's the starting point, because FetchFox always starts from the page you have loaded. So make sure you don't start from the page that you actually want to be finding the links off of. So this is the main page. This is where we find the links. And then we go down here and we click load more a few times. So that way FetchFox can see all of these profile links. Again, FetchFox sees what you see on the first step of the scrape. So the more links you load here, the more kind of profiles it'll find. So we'll go ahead and generate the generate the scrape plan from this prompt. So click here. It's going to take the text that you put in and make this scrape plan over here. And there's two steps to every scrape. One is the crawl step, which starts on this page over here that we have open here, and it's where it finds the links to the profiles. So let's go ahead and actually do it step by step. I'm going to do run only crawl first. So I'm going to click that, and it basically took the HTML from this page over here that we have loaded, and it's looking for links that match the prompt. And you can see it found all these profile links, /app/profile, and then a number, and it found a whole bunch of them. It's still going down here. It's the crawl stage is what it's called. It's crawling for URLs and found a whole bunch of them. One more thing also is if actually you want to find more, you can click load more over here. Scroll down some more, click it again. You can do run only crawl again, and it'll keep the previous results and just kind of add more results to the ones they already had. So just FYI, you can do more if you want to. Found a whole bunch of them. All right. And then it's the second step over here. This is the extraction step. So we can actually do this one by one. It's good to test it before you do the full thing. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click the play button. And also I'm going to change it to do foreground tabs, which makes it easier to see what's going on. So I'm going to have to do a foreground tab and click play over here. It'll scrape this one. And so you'll notice that it's loading here FetchFox says waiting for dynamic content in the status bar, which basically means that it was kind of waiting for the loading bar, the loading bar to go away. And it does an AI kind of analysis. So it takes the page HTML. It says, "Hey AI, is this page loaded or is it still loading?" And the AI kind of determines whether or not it's ready. So you'll see here we got all the results out here because FetchFox. Oh, oops! Did we not get all the results? Let's try a second one over here and see if again it should say waiting for dynamic content down here. And let's see if we got the results correctly. There we go. Okay, that might be a little bit of a weird one over here. Let's try one more. And the other cool thing is that after a few, yes, here it says waiting for dynamic content, and now that the dynamic content is loaded, it pulls it out. Now it's analyzing the page, and yeah, got all the results. So you can see FetchFox is properly handling the dynamic content. So I did a few tests by clicking them one by one. Once I'm confident the scrape is working correctly, I go back up here and I say, okay, let's just do maybe 3 tabs at a time and run the extraction step. And here it'll open a bunch of background tabs and make it just a little bit faster for me. So it's got 3 that is loading right here. And it kind of does them all at the same time. So this is once you're confident the scrape is going to work correctly, you do them all at once. And just kind of let it run. So if you're actually doing this, you would probably let it run all the way through. I'm going to stop it now and export the results. So you do share results over here, and then we can also do download CSV if you want to. But either way, you get the results, get in Google Sheets, CSV, whatever you want to, and you're off to the races. So I hope you enjoyed this example of how to scrape leads from a dynamic website using FetchFox. Again, FetchFox is able to see when the dynamic website is done loading and then just then scrape the content and not earlier. If you like this example, please download FetchFox from fetchfoxai.com, a free scraping tool. Thanks for listening, and good luck scraping, guys.